Mango and eye health. Two simple words that open a surprisingly rich story. Over the next while, you will see a collection of easy, affordable preparations built around mango and a handful of familiar companions, from bright vegetables to everyday fruit. As those simple dishes appear, we explore what this golden fruit offers your vision, the nutrients folded inside its soft flesh, its long history at the human table, and the easiest ways to make it a natural part of daily life. This is a story about one humble tropical fruit and one of the most delicate, most extraordinary systems in the entire body. Consider the mango itself for a moment. A ripe one glows with a deep golden orange color, almost like sunlight caught and held inside fruit. That color is more than beauty. It is a clue. And that single clue quietly links a fruit grown in warm gardens to the remarkable chemistry that helps your eyes turn light into sight. The benefits of mango for eye health begin with something you can hold in one hand. A single ripe mango offers a generous dose of nutrients that the body genuinely uses in the eyes, in the skin, and across many tissues. The simplest way to enjoy it needs no special equipment at all. Ripe mango, peeled and cut into soft cubes, makes a satisfying serving of roughly 150 to 200 grams, which is about one medium fruit or a full cup of pieces. On its own, that bowl of golden cubes is already a small act of eye-supporting nutrition. There is a reason this fruit pairs so beautifully with vegetables like carrot and leafy greens such as spinach. Each of them carries a family of natural pigments that the eyes rely on, and mango belongs proudly in that same colorful company. Throughout this story, those familiar partners appear here and there as gentle companions, yet the heart of everything remains the mango itself. Here is a useful way to frame the whole journey. Think of your eye as a living camera. The front of the eye gathers and focuses light. Deep inside, a delicate, light-sensitive layer receives that light and translates it into signals your brain reads as the world. That inner layer, the retina, works ceaselessly, quietly, every waking moment. And like any finely tuned instrument, it depends on good raw materials, many of which arrive through everyday food. So the question that guides us is simple and practical. What exactly does mango bring to that living camera? And how can an ordinary person put this fruit to work without spending much or changing everything at once? The answer travels through color, through history, through a little gentle science, and through a series of easy preparations you can try in your own kitchen. In a moment, the reason behind that glowing golden color becomes even more interesting, because it holds the first real key to mango and vision. That golden color comes largely from a group of natural compounds called carotenoids, and the most famous of them in mango is beta-carotene. These pigments paint the flesh in warm shades of yellow and orange, and they carry a job far larger than their size. Beta-carotene is what nutritionists call a provitamin. Once inside the body, it can be converted into vitamin A, roughly as much as the body needs, which makes mango a gentle and flexible source of one of the most important nutrients for sight. Vitamin A sits at the very center of how we see. Inside the retina, special cells hold a light-sensitive pigment, and vitamin A is a core building block of that pigment. When light lands on it, a tiny chemical change begins the entire miracle of vision. This is especially true in dim light. The ability to adjust as evening falls, to find your way in a shadowed room, to let your eyes settle after a bright light passes, all of this leans on a steady supply of vitamin A. Vitamin A also helps maintain the clear front surface of the eye and the thin, moist film that keeps it comfortable, which is another quiet way this single nutrient supports everyday sight. A diet rich in colorful fruits and vegetables helps keep that supply comfortable and consistent. And mango is one of the pleasant, easy ways to contribute. This is where a simple preparation shines. Mango and carrot are natural partners. both generous in these golden pigments. A smooth blend of ripe mango with a small carrot, loosened with a little water, makes a bright, naturally sweet drink of around 250 milliliters. Because the sweetness of mango softens the earthy note of carrot, even people who find plain carrot a little flat often enjoy this pairing. It is colorful eating in a single glass, and it fits comfortably into a morning or early afternoon. Now, one small detail makes these golden pigments even more useful. Carotenoids are fat-soluble, which means the body absorbs them more easily when a little healthy fat is present. This is where a modest touch of flaxseed oil earns its place. A single teaspoon of flaxseed oil, stirred into a finished mango preparation or drizzled over a bowl of cut fruit, gives those carotenoids a helpful companion for absorption. Flaxseed oil is best kept cool and added at the end, well away from heat, so its gentle character stays intact. It is a tiny addition with a quietly clever purpose. Other soft fruits sit beautifully beside mango in this colorful approach as well. Sweet berries, a ripe banana for creaminess, a crisp green apple for a fresh tart edge. Each brings its own texture and its own nutrients to the table, yet the golden thread running through all of it stays the same. The deep color of mango is a visible promise of the carotenoids inside, and those carotenoids are among the clearest reasons this fruit belongs in any conversation about natural foods for eye health. The story, though, is only beginning, because color is just the first of several gifts this fruit carries for your eyes. Beyond its golden pigments, mango carries a second treasure that supports the eyes in a different way. It is a well-known source of vitamin C, one of the body's most valued antioxidants. A single ripe mango can supply a meaningful share of the vitamin C many people aim for in a day, sometimes most of it. And vitamin C does quiet, important work everywhere, including in the delicate tissues and small blood vessels that keep the eyes nourished and healthy. It also supports the body's production of collagen, a structural material woven through the eye and throughout the body, giving these tissues part of their strength and resilience. To understand why antioxidants matter here, picture the eye at work. Every day, light streams into it. Light is energy, and energy, over time, creates a kind of natural wear inside living tissue. The body meets this ceaseless activity with its own repair and maintenance systems, and antioxidants from food are part of that daily upkeep. Vitamin C, together with the carotenoids we met earlier, forms part of a colorful defense that helps the eyes cope with the constant work of seeing. No single fruit is a shield on its own, yet a steady variety of colorful foods builds a comfortable, supportive foundation, and mango is a delicious contributor. A wonderful way to lift that vitamin C even higher is to bring mango together with other bright fruits. Soft berries and small, easy-to-peel citrus fruits like mandarin add their own vitamin C and a lively, refreshing tang. A simple bowl of mango cubes brightened with a squeeze of citrus or a handful of berries folded through becomes a fresh and satisfying serving that is as pretty as it is nourishing. It needs no cooking, no special skill, only ripe fruit and a moment of assembly. And here the story reaches back in time, because mango is far older than most people imagine. This fruit is believed to have originated in South Asia, in the warm lands of the Indian subcontinent and the surrounding region, where it has been cultivated for thousands of years. Long before modern nutrition existed, mango was already treasured, woven into daily meals, celebrations, and cultural life across many communities. From those first gardens, it traveled slowly across the world, carried along trade routes to new climates, until it became one of the most widely grown and best-loved tropical fruits on Earth. Today it grows in dozens of countries, and India alone is thought to produce more mangoes than any other nation, a living reminder of how deeply the fruit is rooted in the region where its story began. Think of that journey for a moment. A single fruit, once local to a particular corner of the world, now grows across warm regions on nearly every continent and appears in markets almost everywhere. That is a remarkable arc for something you can hold in one hand. And through all those centuries, the qualities people valued, its sweetness, its nourishment, its bright and generous flesh, were the very same qualities that modern science now connects to real nutrients the body uses. The traditional love of mango and the modern understanding of it point, quietly, in the same direction. In a little while, we reach the compounds that concentrate in the eye itself, and that is where mango and vision become truly fascinating. Here is where the science becomes genuinely captivating. Inside the retina lies a small central area responsible for your sharpest, most detailed vision. It is the part you use to read, to recognize a face, to trace the fine details of the world. And this precious little region holds a natural yellow pigment made from two specific carotenoids, lutein and zeaxanthin. Mango contains both of them, in modest but real amounts, alongside its beta-carotene. The body cannot make these two pigments on its own, so every bit of them arrives through food, which places a simple bowl of fruit and vegetables at the very source of that inner protection. These two pigments deserve special attention. They gather in the eye more than almost anywhere else in the body, forming what is often called the macular pigment. There, they behave like a soft internal filter. They help absorb some of the high-energy blue light that reaches the retina, and they act as antioxidants right where the eye does its most demanding work. It is a beautiful piece of natural design. Tiny pigment molecules from plants coming to rest in the very center of human sight, helping to protect and support it day after day. Consider what that means for the food on your plate. When you eat colorful fruits and vegetables that carry lutein and zeaxanthin, you are, in a real sense, supplying the raw materials the eye prefers for that inner filter. Leafy greens are especially rich in these compounds, which is exactly why mango and spinach make such an intelligent pair. On its own, spinach can taste green and serious. Blended with ripe mango, its flavor softens into something bright and approachable, while the two together deliver both the golden carotenoids of the fruit and the deep green carotenoids of the leaf. A gentle mango and spinach smoothie is one of the easiest ways to bring this idea to life. A generous handful of fresh spinach, the flesh of one ripe mango, and enough water to blend it smooth create a naturally sweet green drink of around 300 milliliters. The mango leads with its flavor, so the greens slip in almost unnoticed, which makes this a friendly choice even for those who usually keep their distance from leafy vegetables. For a cooler, more refreshing version, a few cubes of melon or a splash of chilled water rounds it out beautifully on a warm day. This is also a lovely moment to remember that the eye does not ask for extremes. It asks for steadiness and variety. A single green smoothie will not transform your sight overnight, and it was never meant to. Its value is quieter and more lasting. It is one small, pleasant, repeatable habit that keeps colorful, eye-friendly nutrients flowing into your daily life. Over weeks and months, those small choices add up into a genuinely supportive pattern of eating. And the reason this matters so much becomes even clearer as we look more closely at how the retina turns light into the images you see. The most delicate part of the whole story is still ahead. Let us return to that living camera and look at its screen. The retina is astonishingly thin, yet it captures light with a precision no human-made device fully matches. Within it, some cells specialize in dim light and movement, while others handle color and fine detail in brighter conditions. Every image you have ever seen began as light striking this delicate layer and being translated, in an instant, into signals your brain assembles into vision. To keep such a fine instrument working smoothly, the body draws on nutrients and antioxidants, and food is where most of them begin. This is a natural place to welcome one of mango's most charming companions, the blueberry. Deep blue and purple fruits owe their color to pigments called anthocyanins, another group of plant antioxidants. A simple bowl of golden mango cubes, scattered with a handful of blueberries, is a study in beautiful contrast. Warm gold against cool blue, and it brings together two very different families of colorful compounds in one effortless dish. There is no recipe to memorize. Ripe mango, fresh berries, a bowl, and a spoon are all it takes for a serving that feels like a small celebration. And here is a practical detail that quietly changes how easily mango fits into a busy life. Ripe mango freezes remarkably well. When the fruit is perfectly soft and fragrant, the flesh can be cut into cubes, spread on a tray so the pieces stay separate, then transferred to a sealed container and kept frozen for up to several months. Those golden cubes become an instant base for smoothies, a cooling snack straight from the freezer on a hot afternoon, or a ready supply for any of the blends in this story. It means that even when fresh mangoes are out of season or a little expensive, a small stock of frozen fruit keeps the habit alive and affordable. Frozen mango also softens the natural rhythm of the fruit's short ripe window. A fresh mango is generous, but fleeting once it reaches its peak. Freezing captures that peak and holds it, so nothing goes to waste, and the nutrients inside are largely preserved. It is one of those simple kitchen moves that turns an occasional treat into a dependable, everyday resource. So the picture grows richer with each layer. Golden carotenoids that become vitamin A for the pigment of sight. Lutein and zeaxanthin gathering in the center of the retina like a gentle inner filter. Vitamin C and other antioxidants supporting the daily work of the eyes. And a fruit so easy to store and serve that keeping these nutrients within reach costs very little effort. Yet none of this matters unless the fruit reaches your kitchen in good condition, which brings us to one of the most useful skills of all, choosing and caring for mango so that every bite delivers its full promise. Choosing a good mango is a small art that anyone can master quickly. Ripeness shows itself more through touch and aroma than through color alone, because mango varieties ripen to many different shades. A ripe mango gives gently when pressed, much like a ripe peach, and often carries a sweet, fragrant scent near the stem end. A very firm mango is simply young, left at room temperature for a few days. Out of the refrigerator, it softens and sweetens on its own. Once it reaches that soft, fragrant peak, moving it to the refrigerator slows things down and keeps it pleasant for a few more days. When it comes to cutting, the simplest approach is to slice down each broad side of the flat central stone, score the flesh into a grid, and scoop or fold out the cubes. The golden flesh nearest the skin is often the sweetest, so a little care there rewards you with the best of the fruit. Preparing mango cleanly is just as simple. Like all fresh produce, mango benefits from a quick rinse under cool running water before cutting, with a gentle rub of the skin to clear any surface dust. That easy habit is the sensible foundation for clean, wholesome fruit, and it takes only moments. There is no need for anything elaborate. Clean water and a light touch are enough for everyday care. This is a good moment to talk plainly about whole fruit versus juice, because both have their place. Whole mango keeps all of its natural fiber, which slows the release of its natural sugars, supports comfortable digestion, and helps you feel satisfied. Juice, by contrast, is more concentrated and convenient, delivering a quick, vivid dose of flavor and certain nutrients, though with less of that steadying fiber. Neither is better in every situation. For most people, most of the time, enjoying mango as whole fruit or as a thick blend that keeps the pulp is the gentlest and most nourishing choice, while a smaller glass of juice can be a refreshing occasional pleasure. A particularly lovely and practical preparation is mango puree spooned over something plain and creamy. Simply blend the flesh of a ripe mango into a smooth, thick puree, with just a little water if needed, and spoon a few tablespoons over plain yogurt or a warm bowl of oats. The natural sweetness of the fruit means no added sugar is necessary, and the mango turns something simple into something that feels indulgent. A soft banana mashed alongside adds extra creaminess, and a scatter of berries, such as raspberries, brings a pleasant tart brightness and even more colorful antioxidants. Served this way, mango becomes part of a genuinely balanced little meal. The fruit brings its carotenoids and vitamin C. The yogurt or oats bring substance and staying power, and the whole bowl arrives with fiber intact. This is exactly the kind of everyday combination that turns eye-supporting nutrition from an idea into a habit without any sense of effort or sacrifice. It is nourishing, affordable, and truly enjoyable, which is the surest way for any healthy routine to actually last. And a lasting routine, more than any single dramatic gesture, is what genuinely supports your eyes over a lifetime. Now let us give juice its fair and useful moment, because a well-made fresh mango juice can be a delight when enjoyed thoughtfully. Because ripe mango is naturally rich and sweet, a fresh juice made from it is intense on its own. Loosening it with water, roughly 1 part water to 2 parts juice, creates a lighter, more refreshing drink that is gentler on the palate and easier to sip slowly. A modest glass of around 200 milliliters is a comfortable serving, and enjoying it with or after a meal, rather than in large amounts on an empty stomach, keeps the experience balanced and pleasant. Fresh citrus makes a natural partner here. A little orange brings sweetness and a generous lift of vitamin C, while a small squeeze of lemon adds a bright, clean edge that keeps the drink from feeling heavy. Kiwi, too, is a quiet star, rich in vitamin C and carrying its own small measure of lutein, and it blends smoothly into a mango base. Together, these fruits create a vitamin C-rich refreshment where mango leads and the citrus brightens, a simple glass that supports the antioxidant side of eye health while tasting like pure sunshine. Hydration itself deserves a gentle word, because the eyes appreciate a well-hydrated body. The surface of the eye stays comfortable when the whole body has enough fluid, and juicy fruits like mango, along with the water you drink through the day, all contribute to that comfortable balance. There is no need for strict rules here. Sipping water naturally across the day and enjoying water-rich fruit as part of meals and snacks keeps everything working smoothly. A glass of plain water alongside a sweet mango drink is simply a matter of comfort and freshness. It helps to remember why the whole food form remains so valuable even as we enjoy these lighter drinks. The fiber in whole mango is not a minor detail. It slows the natural sugars, feeds the friendly life in the gut, and helps the body draw steady value from the fruit rather than a quick rush, so the gentle guiding principle is easy to hold in mind. Lean on whole fruit and thick, pulpy blends as your foundation, and treat lighter juices as an occasional, refreshing pleasure rather than the main event. This balance keeps the pattern comfortable, affordable, and kind to the body over the long run. A colorful bowl of fruit most days, a green blend when it appeals, a bright juice now and then, all of it woven around ordinary meals. There is nothing extreme in any of this, and that is precisely its strength. Gentle, colorful, consistent eating is what genuinely supports the eyes, and mango makes that pattern a pleasure rather than a chore. Next, we bring the fruit onto the savory side of the table, where it reveals yet another practical face. Mango is often treated as a sweet fruit, yet it shines just as brightly in savory dishes, which opens a whole new set of easy, nourishing ideas. A fresh mango salad is one of the simplest. Ripe mango cut into cubes, tossed with crisp greens and perhaps some thin slices of sweet pear for extra freshness, makes a bright, colorful plate. A light dressing of a single teaspoon of flaxseed oil with a squeeze of lemon ties it together, and that small amount of oil does something clever. It gives the carotenoids in both the mango and the greens a little healthy fat to travel with, helping the body absorb these fat-soluble, eye-friendly pigments more fully. Because flaxseed oil is delicate, it belongs on cool, finished dishes like this, added right at the end. A chopped mango relish is another wonderful, affordable idea. Finely diced ripe mango, a little finely chopped onion, a handful of fresh herbs, and a squeeze of lime come together into a fresh, tangy mixture that brightens simple meals beautifully. It carries all the golden goodness of the fruit in a light, savory form, and it costs very little to make from a single mango. Enjoyed fresh on the day it is made, it stays at its brightest and most fragrant. This kind of preparation shows how naturally mango moves between sweet and savory, which makes it easy to enjoy across many different meals rather than only as a dessert or a drink. These savory uses also connect us back to mango's deep cultural roots. Across the warm regions where it has grown for centuries, mango has always lived on both sides of the meal, sweet and tart, ripe and green, fresh and preserved. Traditional kitchens turned it into relishes, cooling drinks, and countless everyday dishes, long before anyone spoke of carotenoids or vitamins. People simply knew that this generous fruit belonged in daily food, and they built entire culinary traditions around it. That inherited wisdom, passed from kitchen to kitchen across generations, quietly matches what nutrition later confirmed about the fruit's real value. There is something reassuring in that continuity. The savory mango dishes enjoyed in traditional homes and the colorful, eye-friendly meals we assemble today are, at heart, the same simple idea that fresh, whole food eaten with pleasure is one of the kindest things we can offer the body. Mango carries that idea gracefully. It asks for no elaborate technique and no rare ingredients, only a ripe fruit, a knife, and a little imagination. So whether it appears as a sweet golden bowl, a green blended drink, a bright juice, or a fresh savory salad brightened with a touch of flaxseed oil, mango slips easily into almost any style of eating. That flexibility is one of its greatest practical gifts, because a food that fits many meals is a food you will actually keep eating. And keeping it in your routine, in whatever form you enjoy most, is exactly how its nutrients continue supporting your eyes day after day. Now let us gather everything into a simple, doable rhythm for real life. Bringing mango into daily life is refreshingly easy, and a comfortable rhythm matters more than any strict schedule. For most people, enjoying mango several times a week fits beautifully into a varied diet, and a practical serving is about one medium fruit, or roughly 1 cup of cubes, at a time. Because mango is naturally sweet, a single fruit is usually deeply satisfying on its own, and there is rarely any need to overdo it. Moderation here is not a restriction. It is simply the amount that feels best and sits most comfortably. Timing can follow your own natural preferences. Many people find that a bright, fruit-forward serving suits the morning or early afternoon especially well, when its natural sweetness feels energizing and welcome. Enjoyed alongside or after a meal, mango pairs its nutrients with the rest of your food, and a little healthy fat nearby helps those golden carotenoids absorb even better. For sensitive digestion, a smaller portion of ripe fruit, well chewed or gently blended, is usually the most comfortable approach, and pairing it with something creamy like yogurt often makes it sit even more easily. One of the most beloved simple blends brings mango and banana together. The flesh of one ripe mango and half a ripe banana, blended with a little water or folded through with a handful of spinach for a colorful lift, create a thick, naturally sweet, satisfying drink. The banana adds a smooth, creamy body, so the blend feels almost like a treat, while quietly delivering fruit, fiber, and a spectrum of colorful nutrients. It is filling enough to carry you between meals and simple enough to make in a couple of minutes. Kept chilled, it is best enjoyed fresh within a few hours, while its color stays bright and its flavor stays lively. The real secret across all of these ideas is variety. No single fruit, however wonderful, is meant to stand alone. Mango does its best work as one bright thread in a colorful, mixed way of eating, joined by other fruits, by vegetables, by leafy greens, and by all the different pigments each of them carries. The eyes, like the rest of the body, thrive on a wide palette of colors on the plate because different pigments and nutrients support different parts of that quiet daily work. Golden mango, deep green spinach, blueberries, orange carrot, each adds its own note to the whole. So the friendliest way to think about mango and eye health is not as a single magic food, but as a delicious, affordable, easy invitation to eat more colorfully. A bowl of golden cubes here, a green blend there, a savory salad another day. Each small choice is pleasant on its own, and together they build a genuinely supportive pattern over time. That gentle consistency, more than any dramatic effort, is what nourishes the eyes across the seasons of a life. In these final moments, let us draw the most useful guidance together into something you can carry straight into your own kitchen. When it all comes together, the practical heart of this story is simple enough to hold in a single breath. Choose mangoes that yield gently to the touch and smell sweet near the stem. Let firm ones ripen on the counter, and keep ripe ones in the refrigerator for a few extra days, or freeze the golden cubes to enjoy across the months. Rinse the fruit under cool water before cutting, and lean on whole fruit and thick, pulpy blends as your everyday foundation, with lighter juices as an occasional refreshment. If you remember only a few daily approaches, let them be these. A simple bowl of ripe mango cubes, perhaps brightened with berries or a squeeze of orange, makes a beautiful and effortless serving of colorful, eye-friendly nutrition. A gentle blend of mango with either a leafy green like spinach or a creamy banana turns those nutrients into something you can sip and enjoy in minutes. And when you reach for a savory option, a fresh mango salad finished with a teaspoon of flaxseed oil helps your body absorb the fat-soluble carotenoids that the eyes so appreciate. Around all of it, a little variety and a little consistency do the quiet, lasting work. Keep in mind why this matters. The golden carotenoids in mango become vitamin A core building block of the pigment your retina uses to turn light into sight. Its lutein and zeaxanthin gather in the very center of your vision like a soft protective filter. Its vitamin C and other antioxidants join the body's daily upkeep of these delicate tissues. None of it works as a single dramatic cure, and it was never meant to. It works the way good food always works, gently, steadily, as part of a colorful and balanced way of living. Mango simply makes that way of living a pleasure. Think back, now, to where we began, to that ripe mango glowing like captured sunlight. In that single golden fruit lives a story far larger than its size, reaching from ancient gardens in warm, distant lands to the delicate, tireless work of human vision. Its color is a promise of the carotenoids inside. Its sweet fragrance is an invitation, and its soft, generous flesh is one of the most enjoyable, affordable ways to bring colorful nourishment to your eyes and to your whole body. A fruit this simple asks so little of us and offers so much in return. It needs no special equipment, no rare ingredients, and no complicated method, only a ripe mango, a moment of care, and a little imagination. Fresh, golden, fragrant, and deeply nourishing, mango is a small, everyday treasure, carrying freshness, history, tradition, and real useful nutrients into ordinary meals. Let it find a natural place on your table, in whatever form you love most, and let its quiet golden gifts become part of the way you care, day after day, for the remarkable eyes that show you the world.